within Blender, it is really important to have access to a numpad, because a lot of hotkeys are by default assigned to the numpad. So let's take a look. If I'm gonna press on numpad 0, this will take me to the camera frame. As you can see, within the scene we have the camera, and if I will press 0, we're gonna see what exactly our camera is framing. We also have the specific views. For example, 1 will take me to the front view, 3 will take me to the right view, and we also have 7 for the top view. If I'm gonna press on 9, we're gonna go to the bottom view, and in between, for example with 8, we can roll around the y-axis, as we can see. By pressing the numpad 2, we're gonna roll within the other direction, and the same we're gonna have with numpad 4 and numpad 6, so we can rotate on the other axis. And in the middle we have numpad 5. As we can see, this will take us to the orthographic view. If I'm gonna press that again, we're gonna go back to the perspective view, and you're gonna see how much the shape of the car will change. So this is perspective view. I'm gonna press 5, this will be orthographic view. So we see that the hood will look different within this perspective. Some other important elements on the numpad are, we have the period. So if I'm gonna select a specific element, for example, I'm gonna select this front grill, I'm gonna press 1, we're gonna see that the camera will be focused on that object. So this is quite a handy tool. We also have the plus and minus, which will zoom in and zoom out, so you can also use that. It's usually faster with the mouse wheel, or you can hold down the control and the middle mouse button, and this will be a smoother zoom in, while by just pressing the numpad, this zoom in will be incremental, the same with the mouse wheel rotation. So let's see how we can emulate this on a computer that doesn't have access to a numpad. We can use a numpad emulator. Okay, so let's see how you can emulate this. I'm gonna copy the link from SourceForge to the video description, and I already have this installed, but you can just download this. The download should start shortly. I'm just gonna restart this. As we can see, we already have this installed, but you just need to select the language. In this case, I will go for English. I don't want to create a desktop icon, and we can just have this installed. So in my case, this won't work because I already have that installed. As we can see, I can automatically close the application. I can, so this won't be closed. I will just cancel that since I already have that installed. So let's see how exactly this will work within Blender. As we can see, we can position this over here within the viewport. And if I will press on 0, this is from the keyboard. As we can see, this will go to the camera perspective. And again, if I will press over here on the numpad on 0, this will also go over there. If I will have this reposition over here, this will no longer work. This is because the UI of Blender, so you need to position that within the active viewport. As we can see over here at the top, we have a different window. Over here, we have the 3D viewport. So keep in mind that if you want to emulate the buttons, you will have to position this within the desired viewport. As you can see, now I can use, so those were the hotkeys, but if I'm not having access to numpad, I can just use this emulator to rapidly select some elements. For example, I want to zoom in on that door. I know that this will be the hotkey, numpad period. As we can see, for example, for the back, we're gonna see that car rig. So I hope that you find this useful. I will also position a similar video over here to the left and a subscribe button to the right. So thanks for watching.